to show you how to use the gradient tool in Lightroom. Okay, so gradient tool is over here. Make sure you are in develop. I'm going to click on the gradient tool, and then I'm going to, if you can see I've now got an arrow, I'm going to draw a line where I would like my gradient. So I'm going to go, let's do one coming this way. Okay, and then you get this line here, and this is your gradient. I can turn this gradient around, or I can move it around by making sure you're on the hand, and then you can move around where you want it to go. So far it's not doing anything. Right, well, basically when you're in the gradient tool, you can play with basic tools. So the basic tools is like the first box, so the ones I've got here. So make sure that this scrolly thing is right to the top. Okay, so if I want to, I could go to colour balance and I could change that. So can you see how it's not changing the whole thing, it's just changing where the gradient is. So if I move that, I'll put it right up so you can see. Can you see how that blue is just happening on the gradient? So if I rotate that round, not letting me, there it is. Ooh, you could just have it on the sky. Unfortunately there's also one ahead, which looks awful. But if you had a building where you could do that and you wanted the sky more blue, you could make a gradient for it. Or I could do the gradient everywhere. I'm going to rotate that round. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to make it more yellow. Let's make it a little bit warmer. Okay, now when you've done a gradient, I quite like that, I'm happy, you can press done down the bottom. There you go. And so it does a lot more than that, so I'm going to make a new one. Okay. Right, so I'm going to make a new gradient. I'll make it over here. Okay. And if I wanted to, so I'm going back to here, I could do, you already know how to do this, I've just showed you, so I could change the colour a bit, or you can start playing with these. I could change the exposure, and can you see it's just darkening the area in the left hand corner, or I could take the exposure up. So if you want to change where the sort of the direction of the light, there we go, so that's just, that looks quite nice on her face there. Yeah, so it looks like the light's coming from over here now. You could play with the contrast, so you could go through all of these things and play around. I'll press done. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do one over here. Should we do some colour? Let's maybe make this area a bit pinker. I'm going to maybe move this down here, just a little bit of a pink glow. I'm going to turn that around a bit. Ooh. Just adds a bit of a pink, why not? That's quite nice. So yeah, you can put on as many of these as you want. We could have put another one here, we could have another pink one coming up here. So it's dead easy, you just simply click on here, you decide where you want it to go, and then you just play with these tools here. If you decide you didn't like it, say I'm like, what was I thinking, that pink looks awful, you can click, can you see these? And it'll show you what gradients you've put on, and if you're not happy with one of them, say I didn't like this one, I can simply click on it and press delete. And there you go, it's gone. So as you can see, that gradient looked pretty good. Probably shouldn't have deleted that one. Okay, and I think that's everything for gradients, so have a play, see how you get on.